Hello, I'm Randy Siegel, and I'm author of the book, Change Begins Here. Adopt the Mind of Christ and Build a Better World. I'd like to read you a short excerpt from Chapter 1 called Welcoming Kali. Perhaps you're like me in that you're also feeling anxiety, if not low-level depression. If so, it's no wonder. Look at the news. Sometimes it feels as if our world is falling apart. Terrorism, war, political polarization, climate change, depletion of oil, economic upheaval, social inequity and injustice, racial unrest, mass extinction. The list of issues facing our world goes on. Institutions, including government, media, and the church, that were once considered bastions of stability, truth, and trust, now instill doubt, suspicion, and mistrust. Economic, military, social, and health issues threaten to engulf us, and the global mood is one of uncertainty, frustration, fear, and anger. This is not reality TV, folks. This is our lives. How we respond will determine not only our future, but our very survival. We have every reason to be anxious. The very foundation on which we have built our lives are crumbling. Some, including Princeton economist and author Paul Krugman, have appropriately labeled this time the Great Unraveling. As scary as the Great Unraveling is, it in itself is not a bad thing. No one understands this better than the Hindus. They even have a goddess dedicated to times like these. Kali is a frightening-looking creature, often depicted wearing a necklace of men's skulls, representing the inflated egos, self-limiting beliefs, attachments to the past, and other illusions she shattered. Wild, empowering, and loving, Kali is a goddess of time, change, and destruction. And as painful as it can be to encounter her, in her wake she leaves fertile ground for positive change and growth. At the same time we're experiencing the Great Unraveling, we're also experiencing something that many call the Great Turning. I first saw this term while reading Joanna Macy and Chris Johnstone's landmark book, Active Hope: How to Face the Mess We're In Without Going Crazy. The Great Turning describes a transition from an industrial society committed to economic growth to a life-sustaining society dedicated to healing our world. Now, what does this matter? You know, to me, I find great comfort and safety in I've been knowing that there's a change taking place. And I've been sensing, as I'm sure you have, that we're in the midst of upheaval. And I find some comfort in knowing that it has been labeled. I don't know why we're this way, but sometimes when we're able to label and put a name to something, it brings us more of a sense of comfort and safety. The other part is it lets me know I'm not crazy that this is taking place. So we are in the midst of a great unraveling, and at the same time, we are in the midst of change, of something that can lead us to a positive future. Of course, the choice will be up to us. Now, my question to you is taking a look at the world, what evidence do you see right now of the great unraveling? Where are you seeing institutions or truths that you once took as being the gospel that you're now seeing, well, the other word is crumbling or changing? One of the places I see it is in the church. And it's interesting, I ran into some interesting research the other day. I want to share it with you. Pew did a survey in 2018 and 2019, where 65% of American adults describe themselves as Christians. Now, what's significant is that that's 12 points down from the last decade. And what's so interesting, it's not just Christianity, it's across all religions. Gallup did another survey in 2021 where the proportion of Americans who consider themselves members of a church, synagogue, or mosque had dropped by 50%. There's no question that organized religion is in decline. Now, what's so interesting about that is that we know that nature just hates a vacuum and inevitably will try to fill it. So the question becomes, as we see organized religion become less and less popular, what will come in its wake? What will be a part of the Great Turning? Interesting question to think about. So I challenge you, think about what right now in your life seems to be unraveling. What is a part of the Great Unraveling? And what could be the Great Turning that could fill its void? I appreciate you spending time with me. I appreciate your time. And I hope that you'll join me again for these videos. Also, I hope that you will join us on our Facebook page, Change Begins Here. So look up Change Begins Here on Facebook. And we'll be back with another video. Again, I'm Randy Siegel, and I'm the author of Change Begins Here, Adopt the Mind of Christ, and Build a Better World. Until next time.